Hello, this is Blake Levine. I want to share an educational talk today about bipolar disorder, depression, addictions, and working. So for many that have a job, there are days that they feel tired, weak, and don't know if they can continue. If they live with bipolar disorder or depression or addictions, it can be very challenging to complete all the abilities they need to have at that job in that moment. I've also found that many with these conditions end up losing their jobs, and because of that, they start to sink even deeper. They don't know how to afford to live. They don't have the ability to take care of themselves, and they can oftentimes get so depressed that they take their lives. And it is the summer of 2018, and sadly, many well-known people have taken their lives this summer. This includes Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade, who at least one point in their life were extremely successful, financially abundant, and appearing to have lives that many would admire. And when they both killed themselves, it made me realize that none of us are immune to falling into the darkness of depression. So I thought to myself, what can we do when that happens, that we're starting to sink and feel upset? And the first idea I have is to know that we're all impacted in some way. So even if you haven't went to a doctor and gotten a diagnosis for bipolar or depression, or you have some type of addiction and you've gotten treatment for it, we all face problems, we all face issues, and we all have times we get down and sad and times that we're struggling. And addictions is one of the hardest things in the world, and especially for me, because I find that when we're really angry or upset or scared or nervous, we need something to help us stay calm. And for many of us, we reach for things that can harm us, like alcohol or drugs like cocaine, heroin, Molly. And even if we don't do those things, there's plenty of other legal things that we do that are addictive, whether it be coffee, it can be gambling, it can be sexual addiction, it can be trying to find ways to do other things that are, it could be food, for example. We might go out to eat, and sadly with food, we have to eat every single day. And if we get addicted to foods, it can be very hard. And for most of us, we have some kind of weakness. And as a speaker and author, I'll admit that I've had plenty of weaknesses, and I still do. And it's a daily battle to continue to try to not allow them. And even though I've quit drinking alcohol and I will not do any illegal drugs, I found that being sober leads you to find ways to survive and hang on. And whatever that is, it can either be positive or negative. And on a daily basis, you have to try to figure it out and try to keep moving forward. So what I share for you today is to hold on and to remember that in a storm, you have to be able to survive. And that can mean getting help in some way, meeting, a type of person that can help you and assist you to get through the hardest of times. And it can depend on what you believe in and how you get help. Some people are religious and they go to God when they're struggling. In my own life, that's one of the biggest crutches I have, and it may not be a crutch, it may be an advantage. I often pray and ask a higher power to help me through the hardest times. Another suggestion may be, if you believe in medical care, you go see a doctor, whether it be a primary care doctor or a psychiatrist, and you talk to them about what you're feeling and what you're facing. If you have addictions, you may find a rehab facility that takes you for 30 days or 90 days and works on the problems you're facing. If you believe in therapy, you might see a psychologist or social worker. I do coaching, which is much different, and I work with people on a daily basis, and you may reach out for that and want someone to work with you. I do coaching, and you can certainly learn about what I do on my websites at bipolaronline.com or blakelevinecoaching.com. And having some type of support is one of the biggest advantages in battling these issues. And what I say to you today is, God has a purpose for all of us. And when we get into funk, or we get really sad or really upset, we can wonder if it's even worth going on. But I think as these flowers you see today, they grow and they're here and they're doing their best to survive in the climate and in the life. And you, in a way, are like those flowers. You're trying to survive and hang on, and you are beautiful in your own way. You have things about you that are incredible and wonderful and terrific and mean a lot to people that have encountered you in your life. And sadly, some of the roses don't make it. As I see my tree here, there's some that at some point are not able to be alive anymore, but I pray for you that you're one of the survivors and one of those that hold on. I want to thank you for watching this. I want to encourage you to buy a book, Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin. That's Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin. My brother died of a heroin overdose a few years ago, and in his honor, I wrote a book about mental illness and addiction, sharing stories made up to teach about addiction and mental health. So you can find Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin at the link below, and you can also go online and try to buy Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin. You have a great day. Thank you.